Hello, friends. It's Nikki. Welcome back to my messy bookshelf. Today, I wanted to talk about short stories. I wanted to kind of share my favorite short stories that I have read so far this month for Short Story Summer. And we are just over halfway. We have a little over a week left in Short Story Summer. I have read 20 short stories so far, and oh my goodness, that was a fly. Um, I have read 20 short stories so far this month, and I thought I would share what my favorite short stories that I've read this month were. And quite a variety, but I think there is a common denominator for all of these. The cat saw the fly. Anyway, let's continue. Um, so I had a hard time narrowing this down because I've read some amazing short stories this month. So I think my first favorite short story will go down the list here in the genre column because I am working on the challenge board. I really enjoyed, for the horror genre, I read The Dead Smile by Frances Marion Crawford. And that one was wonderfully gothic and spooky and had some chilling moments, and I just loved it. And that one was about a family who live in a manor. I might be a castle, and there is an elderly father and his son who is a young man. There is also a niece in the house. The son and the niece are engaged, and the father is sadly declining, and he is about to take his last breath. And there is something spooky going on in the castle, and there is a creepy smile on his face. And whenever anyone gets near the father, they feel this creepy smile starting to spread on their own face. And this is all about family secrets and some very chilling things that have happened in this family's past. And I loved it. I loved it. It was the perfect gothic story. Um, the next one, I'm going to try to keep this to five, but it might be six. Okay. And yeah, my next one would be Genesis and Catastrophe by Roald Dahl. The same Roald Dahl who wrote Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Matilda. And this was about a woman who, I read this one for the historical fiction category. There is a woman in a hotel, and she has just given birth. And she is worried that her child is going to sadly not make it because she has lost three children already. And that's awful and horrifying. So she is, praying and begging the doctor to help her make sure that this child does not go the way of their siblings. And yeah, slowly as you make your way through the story, it is a fairly quick one, you realize what you're actually reading, and there is a shocking moment. And I have found that all of these ones that I consider my favorites, they have shocking moments, I think. Um, the next one I have is from the Around the World column. And for North America, I read A Rose for Emily by Faulkner, William Faulkner. And yeah, I mean, that one blew me out of the water. Like, it was wonderful. Um, so this was about a woman who is very reclusive, lives by herself with her servant in her family's old house. And there are some goings on at her house, and the neighbors really are never able to get very close to her. And the narrator sort of goes back and forth in time, and you're learning more about this woman's life and her death. And you slowly start piecing some things together, and yet I was still shocked at this story. So I will say no more. It was wonderfully chilling and I absolutely loved it. So what do we have? That is 3 so far. Um the next one that I have is a reread, and it was The Yellow Wallpaper by Charlotte Perkins Gilman. And yeah, this one is just another one that is wonderfully chilling. You feel claustrophobic, you feel the tension building and building and building, and then yeah, it just takes a turn I didn't expect the first time I read it. And even now, I was chilled to the bone when I read this story. So we're following a woman who is married to a doctor. She has recently given birth, and they move to a quiet country estate because her health is declining and she has a nervous condition. And her husband, the doctor, prescribes lots of bed rest and sitting quietly by herself to heal. And yeah, we get inside of her head, and it is very, very chilling. What is that? 4. That's a reread, so I'm not gonna count that one. So it will be 6. um, my next favorite one was from the random challenges column, and this was for the under 10 pages prompt. And this for me was There Will Come Soft Rains by Ray Bradbury. It was phenomenal. I loved this one. He packs such a powerful punch in such a short story, and I absolutely loved it. And this one, we're following the events that take place over 2 days, and this house that is very advanced and has lots of automated features is just going about its day. And yeah, another one that is chilling when you realize what has happened. And yes, I absolutely loved this one as well. And now I'm going to double back to the time periods category. And I will say that another favorite of mine was another Roald Dahl. And this was Royal Jelly by Roald Dahl. And this is the story. My goodness, this seems to be a common theme. This is about a young couple. They have recently had a baby, and the mother is concerned about the health of her child. And her husband somehow is able to make a miracle happen and help the baby to start getting better. And then when the mother realizes how he has gone about this, it is quite shocking. Quite shocking. So, yeah, I guess I've really been enjoying these stories that just shock me um, in a short span of time. So, yeah, those are my favorites so far. There are some honorable mentions that I could mention, but I think I will do that when I do the wrap up for the entire month. But that is all for today, and I thank you so much if you made it to the end of this video. And I'm sorry that my cats are going nuts chasing a fly, but I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.